Hi everyone. Today's video is for all those IELTS aspirants, those who want to start with their IELTS speaking practice or for those who have some trouble in IELTS speaking. So in this video, I'll be covering all the three parts of the IELTS speaking, that is the introduction round, the cue card round and the follow-up questions round. Then I'll be telling you that how much time is given to each part and how should you practice for it. Alright, so let's get started. Welcome to the Mansha Tutorials and my name is Harpreet Kaur. I am a certified IELTS trainer from ITP. Today, as I have told you, we will be covering everything regarding IELTS speaking. So let me first of all tell you that what is IELTS speaking. IELTS speaking gives you, that means the candidate, a chance to interact one-on-one with the IELTS examiner. So this is one exam which is separate from your LRW, that means listening, reading and writing exam. Here you get the opportunity to have an interview with the IELTS examiner for around 11 to 20 minutes. Generally the speaking is for 15 minutes. The speaking starts by the examiner asking you the general questions about you. First of all, he or she will be asking you that what's your name? How may he address you? Then he might ask you about your home or hometown, some general questions about those to get you better and to make you comfortable in the IELTS speaking. For example, from where do you belong? How long have you been living there? You may be asked about the neighborhood and the vicinity and to describe that. Then what all facilities are available in your hometown? If you have changed your home or hometown, then you need to describe those places. So these questions are there to make you at ease at the IELTS speaking. So every answer in general questions, that means in the introduction round, has to be given in 2-3 lines. There is no need to explain the answers too much. Okay, so after asking about your introduction, then the examiner might ask you some random questions on different topics like cakes and sweets, the friends, pollution, environment, about the old people, facilities in your city, then these questions. So generally the IELTS general introduction round goes in for around 5 minutes. See, what you have to do, you have to divide your IELTS speaking in 3 parts. The general introduction round, then the cue card round, and then the follow-up questions round. So if you give 5 minutes to all 3, so you will see that 5 minutes are for the general introduction round. So after the general introduction round is finished, the examiner is going to say that now I'll be giving you a question. You will get almost 1 minute to prepare that question. The question will appear on the screen if it is an online exam, online speaking exam. Otherwise, he will or she will be giving you a sheet of paper to have a look at the question. Okay, so after that 1 minute, the examiner will say that now 1 minute is over. Now you need to speak on that topic for around 1 to 2 minutes. Now in this task, in this round particularly, the examiner can stop you anytime after 1 minute and there is nothing wrong in it. Examiner judges our level of speaking, and if the examiner stops you after 1 minute, you are good to go. Please don't worry about it. You should think that your IELTS speaking has gone good. Alright. So what is the cue card round? Let me tell you in detail. Generally, a question comes to you. For example, talk about a time when you have watched movie with someone. Then under this question, there will be some cue points. 4 bullet points usually. Where have you seen this movie? With whom have you watched that or seen that? How was the movie? And why did you like it if you have liked it? Okay. And explain in detail that how was your overall experience. So this is generally the cue card question of yours. Alright. You need to understand this and you need to frame a story. Basically, all the cue cards, most of them, 80 to 90% of the cue cards are based on your past experience. Let me tell you some more questions on the cue card so that you are well aware of this round. Okay, talk about a gift that you have gifted to someone. Okay, then you can talk about an experience of yours when you visited a beach experience of yours when you had a water sport, experience of yours when you visited a fort, experience of yours when you visited a place that's full of colors. So see, all these topics are based on past. Now let me tell you some questions that are based on your present tense. Okay. So talk about a person whom you admire the most. Talk about the favorite room of yours in your home. Then you can talk about the favorite dish of yours, favorite flower of yours, favorite animal of yours. All these questions are in present. I will tell you the importance of the tense after I have covered all the types of questions. Okay. Now let me tell you what kind of futuristic questions can come in your IELTS speaking, particularly in round 2, that is the cue card round. So first question could be, talk about a person whom you have seen in the news or in the media and you would like to meet that person. Talk about a dish that you would like to try. Talk about the dream home of yours. Talk about an experience. Talk about a trip that you would like to have. Talk about a place where you want to visit. So all these questions are based on the future tense. Now, what is the importance of the tense here? Why am I speaking that some questions are in past, some are in present, and some are in future? My dear students, it's very, very, very important to cover the appropriate tense in the IELTS speaking, specifically in the cue card round. Why? Because the cue card round is the most important round where you are speaking at length and you are not being interrupted by the examiner. So over there, the examiner is going to check the grammar of yours, because if you don't speak in the right grammar, then the listener gets confused that what tense are you talking about? Are you talking about something in present or are you talking about something that has already happened? So whenever you get the question, it's highly important for you to write on the paper that this answer has to be written in past, or this answer has to be written in present or future likewise. Then next important thing is to cover all the cue points. What, where, when, how, whatever questions are given on that sheet of paper, all those need to be covered. But do not just focus on all those 4 only. All the WH questions should be covered. I hope you know what are the WH questions. WH questions are those that start from either W or H, like what, where, when, why, how, whom, whose, all these questions. Okay, so try to cook up a story in your cue card. Cook up a story means try to create a random story which you might have heard but you actually not have experienced it, or you might have heard from your friend or somewhere, anywhere. Okay, you have to speak that in so much of confidence that the examiner should not feel as if you are cooking up a story, as if you are making a fake story. Yes, I'll be covering the parameters also. Okay. Then after you have finished your cue card round, then comes the follow-up questions round. So when the examiner has judged your speaking in the cue card, he or she may say that okay, you may stop now. Alright, so when he has said, then you need to sit silently, you need to keep your pen and paper aside. Okay, and then the follow-up questions will come. Now follow-up questions, what are they? As the name suggests, follow-up questions are based on the cue card topic of yours. So whatever topic you will be getting in the cue card, same will be the follow-up questions. For example, if I have talked about this topic, movie, talk about the recently watched movie, so you will be getting the questions on the same topic only. For example, what type of movies are produced in your country? What type of movies do people like to watch? Romantic or thriller or action movies? Okay. Do you think that enough movies are being produced in your country? What is your opinion on some of the movies? Should the movies be separated for the adults and for the minors or not? Like these different questions would be there. Then what is the difference between the Hollywood movies and the Bollywood movies? Do you think that all the movies should be developed only in English, or there should be any regional movies as well? Why is so much of importance given to the Bollywood movies as compared to the other regional movies? Why are the actors considered as the gods or the real heroes? So all these questions you will be getting in the follow-up questions. I do not mean to say that you will be getting these set of questions only, but I have just told you these questions out of my experience, that questions related to movies or questions related to the cue card only you will be getting. There can be other set of questions as well. But you need to remember that you need to answer all these questions in 4 to 5 lines at least. Yes, the follow-up questions are more elaborative as compared to your general introduction questions. They are shorter. So the general introduction questions are to be given in just 2-3 lines, whereas these follow-up questions are to be given in 4 to 5 lines. Okay, so consider each and every follow-up question of yours as a small paragraph, as a small body paragraph of yours, as you write in the IELTS essay. Try to give an introductory line to your this answer, then try to explain that with proper explanation and also give a concluding line. It would also be better if you try to add some connector or a transitional phrase in front of those answers of yours. And please don't repeat your answers, don't repeat your connectors in IELTS speaking. The examiner is looking for the variety of your answers. Even if he keeps on asking you why to your answers. But please do not repeat your answers. So let me tell you some basic parameters on which you are judged in the IELTS speaking. First of all, your answers. Yes, your content matters. Say it or not, but the logic behind your answers, what do you say, matters a lot. Alright, and after that, your grammar, the sentence ideas, the variety of sentences. So you should try to keep the combination of simple and complex sentences in your IELTS speaking. Generally, the general introduction round is the one in which you can use some informal words also, and you can use the simple words. But the cue card round and the follow-up questions round, it is the formal one, and the follow-up questions round is the most formal one. So try to keep the complex sentences, lengthy sentences and lengthy answers in that, and just the formal words. No contracted forms like don't, can't, should, no. Okay? Avoid slangs. Yeah, bro, sis, mom, dad. Please avoid all of these and just use the formal language. Okay? And the full forms: do not, cannot, should not, mother, father, brother. Yes. Alright. Then coming on to connectors. Connectors are very, very important, but please don't repeat your connectors if you have to say yes. So don't say yes, yes all the time, but you can say indeed, I agree, in my opinion, no doubt, I believe that, definitely, certainly, surely. So try to change the connectors. Likewise, you can change the connectors if you have to say any answer in no as well. No, I do not think so. I have a little disagreement with this. However, I have a little different opinion on this. But my view is that, alright, like these. So you can use them both in your general introduction round and in your follow-up questions. But the connectors need to be more formal and need to be more structured in your follow-up questions round. Alright? Then your body language, your hand movements, your eye contact, they also matter a lot. You need to have your upright body posture. Your shoulders should be straight. Sit straight, do not slouch. This is wrong, but you need to sit straight. Okay? Your eye contact should be with the examiner, but it doesn't mean that you stare the examiner. No. Eye contact should be there with the examiner. That means you can blink a little. Of course, you can blink. And you can little watch here and there like this, but maximum of the eye contact should be with the examiner only. Alright, then hand movements, yes, hand movements can be there a little bit like this I am using, but they should not be like this, that the examiner's attention goes to your hands and not to what you are speaking. Alright, so repetition, should not be there. This I have already told you. Try to use good vocabulary, but only use the vocabulary that you are easily able to use. Do not try to force the vocabulary in your sentences. The advanced vocabulary words should come naturally in your answers. They should not look forced, otherwise there is no benefit of them. Okay, the examiner are trained professionals. They will get to know that you have memorized them and forcefully you are using them. So please don't do like that. Okay, then do not tremble. Your voice modulation matters a lot. Your voice should not be trembling. You should be confident. Speak calmly and slowly. Do not fumble. Fillers like should not be there. Okay, and speak with confidence. Have a little smile on your face. If you are smiling, a little smile, a formal smile, then you yourself are able to allay the fears. Okay, I hope this video is helpful to you, because I have told you each and everything that was required in IELTS speaking. If you have any further doubts, please let me know, and do like this video. Give it a big thumbs up, okay, and share it with your friends. I know a lot of students are preparing for the IELTS paper and they want to go through the IELTS speaking. So if any of you want to practice the IELTS speaking, you can contact me. My email ID has also been mentioned below. It is themanshaTutorials@gmail.com, and I will make you practice your IELTS speaking as well. Or if you have any doubts in any other modules like listening, reading and writing, you can surely contact me. I do provide the offline and online classes for IELTS. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Signing off, Harpreet.